It was insanely exciting. As some of you know, I am a big film geek and love talking about movies, and here I was making my first movie and I couldn't talk about it with anyone. It was incredibly excruciating and frustrating. So finally getting out there was, I was bursting at the seams and so excited. And now that the movie itself is finally coming out, I can't wait to talk to people about it and hear what they think. I am Dan Trachtenberg, and I'm the director of 10 Cloverfield Lane. Reddit, ask me anything. Actually was a decision that came from a collaboration between JJ and the studio, which I think was so awesome. This rarely happens, releasing a movie in such a surprising fashion, and it certainly harkens back to the way that the original Cloverfield was marketed. And it certainly is as exciting as when I was a kid and finding out about a movie from its trailer. 10 Cloverfield Lane and Cloverfield are two different stories. They're on different timelines, but I think the exciting thing is that now Cloverfield is becoming a universe, and there are some connections, and hopefully there will continue to be more connections. Well, Mugen's Keeper, first of all, I definitely remember you from the video that you made participating in the ARG, so unless it's someone else with a different username, with the same username. So thank you for that. That was very cool, and it was really intimidating to work with him, and this role especially. He is a very intense and intimidating character, so that was specifically terrifying to work with him as we were going, but also he's a really sweet, kind of shy, lovable dude. So while it was intimidating in moments, and certainly when I first met him, eventually it just became a lot of fun. Yeah, I am completely aware. I was reading every thread from the beginning. It's something that I would have done even if I hadn't made the movie. And I am over the moon impressed with what people have found. I was shocked as they were being concocted. I didn't think anyone would ever have discovered all of those secrets and the way that you have to discover them. And you guys did, and it's insane. And I hear that Swamp Pop is delicious. As soon as we transitioned into finishing the movie and starting to market it, all the ARG stuff started being concocted, and we have a great team at Bat Robot and at Paramount devising all of that awesome stuff, and I've been able to contribute a little bit, but they've really been awesome telling a separate and inclusive story. So it's not just little tidbits, it's actually really substantive, and watching your guys' reactions, reading your reactions, but then seeing some of the videos that have been made has been pure delight. Well, after I did that short, really caught some people's attention, and people were interested in seeing what kind of movie I would make, and I started developing my own ideas and reading scripts that people had and that producers and studios had. And I first started developing a movie of my own called Crime of the Century that I still would love to do one day, and then I moved on to adapting the Why the Last Man movie that subsequently went away, and I think now they're actually trying to do it for TV. And all the while I was going in and out of Bad Robot, pitching them my stuff and them pitching me theirs, and then one day this script came looking for a director, and I read it in one sitting, turning each page, making each page turn wet from my sweaty palms, and then went in and met with the producers, and then subsequently JJ, and pitched them my vision for the movie, and they dug what they heard, so they allowed me to make it. It was really, really, really awesome. There never really were phone calls, it was more emails. but he would email me really super detailed thoughts like, love the inserts you're getting. And when we shot a scene, a particularly cool looking scene, he just wrote like, it was in an airlock, and he was like, airlock, exclamation point, exclamation point. And the idea, I didn't know the names at the time while they were shooting, but the idea in retrospect that he was on the set of Jakku or on the Millennium Falcon and watching the footage that we had shot is pretty insane and overwhelming for sure. I always wanted to make movies my whole life, but I started out making commercials, and a lot of the commercials that I did were very slice of life, emotional, documentary style, not big and cinematic, and ultimately like the kind of movie that I wanted to make. So I decided to do a short film that really spoke to what I wanted to do ultimately in making movies. And I remember seeing a lot of really cool shorts that had these awesome special effects with big, robots and aliens and things that I love. But I really was drawn to the idea of making a short where the special effects were more interesting and intellectual. I'm a huge fan of Spike Jonze and Michel Gondry, and I love the idea that there could be something that would be really visceral and exciting and action-based, but that's also so different. And I think it was cool to adapt a puzzle game. A puzzle game is very unlike a Halo or Uncharted. Those games are very cinematic properties, and taking a game that, like Portal, that I thought at the time especially was inherently uncinematic, and trying to figure out a way to make that really feel like it could be a big, awesome movie was really exciting. Sure, yeah. I also was 16 and wanted to be a filmmaker, and I think that you should be making things as much as you possibly can. I remember getting really good advice from a teacher of mine who said, practice doesn't make perfect, perfect practice makes perfect. So you should certainly start out doing all that you possibly can, but at a certain point, don't just make things just to make them. Start to really make them as best that you possibly can, in terms of don't just put your friends in the things you're making because you have easy access to them, right? Don't just do things because they're easier. Do things because you think that they're the best reason to do them. From the casting of what you're making to the sound of what you're doing, and to the look and all that stuff. So you want to really make things as often as possible so that you can find your voice and what you love, that is so the things you're making are very specific to you, but then eventually you really want to hone in and make things without any regrets. Well, thank you guys so much for participating in this. This is something I've been in. I've paid close attention to other AMAs, and I've been wanting to make a movie my whole life. And the idea that I've made something that all you guys are paying so close attention to and caring about enough to want to do this is really overwhelming and awesome. And I'm so excited that you are all going to get a chance to finally see the movie. And I really hope you all go this weekend. I think this is a very special movie-going experience. It's one that you'll want to have in that communal way, and I know that you will be leaving the theater really wanting to talk about it and probably hop on the boards and discuss it even more. So I can't wait for us to all be talking about it.